Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the So She Slays show. I'm Heather.
Hi, I'm Chauncey.
And we are so excited to talk to you about, I would say we get this question a lot, Chauncey, like a lot.
A good amount of time to get this question, which is really funny because
right?
I feel like we're not experts on it, but people think we're experts, which is really cute, which is really endearing, so that's really cool. But I don't think we're experts, but we have some tips.
So the topic of today is like the top 5 things you should definitely know when you're thinking about starting a business or getting into a business or you just messing around with the idea. These are some things that we knew and some things that I think we wish we knew a little bit more of.
Yeah, even to this day, like you still have to keep researching though, so.
Yes, definitely. Which brings us to our first point. So, one of the top things you should definitely know is you should know that you need to do your research. Like,
research everything. And like people think like that's just like not fun, but like personally I do love to research and everyone knows that about me, but literally research is like your best friend because you're not going to be good at something or even have an idea what you want to do until you research. So
Which is totally true.
Heather and I, we researched the crap out of everything before we started So She Slays. Like Heather always says, like I'm a big blog person, so like I love blogs, so that was like my research. And then Heather loves, like she's really great at video production, all this great stuff. So research, Pinterest is really good for research too. They give you like a lot of great articles. But yeah, I think if you don't research something before you do it, it's not going to help you obtain your goal to be a good person in the field that you're trying to enter.
Well, knowledge is power, correct? Like,
Yes.
Knowledge is power. So, obviously, like, if you're starting your business, whether it be a media, like a multimedia platform like So She Slays, or it be you're selling something or whatnot, like, you need to know what your market is like. You need to know, where you're going to fit in this market. Or you need to know what type of business, plan you need to have, so on and so forth. So you have to do your research. You have to educate yourself, especially if you want to grow and you want to be successful. Which is what, Chauncey and I did as well. Chauncey being a huge factor in this because everybody knows, like she said, she's really good at researching.
I love it.
You have someone that you want to find some info about. Chauncey's your girl.
I can find anything on anyone, and that's super creepy but super true. But yeah, I love to research things. It helps in your personal life and your professional life, so it's great.
Okay, so the other thing that I think we definitely wish we knew more of is the legal shit.
Legal is an understatement. You really have to really deep dive into legal. Like you need to know everything. Like you think, oh, I'm just gonna start this blog. It's not a big deal. I don't need to know about like a privacy protective or like contracts. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Contracts. Oh my gosh, contracts.
Yes.
Contracts, okay? We be handing out contracts like Oprah hands out cars, okay?
Like
you get a contract, you get a contract.
Yes, please take this. Like, no, seriously, like, I think you don't ever think of it because you think it's just like a blog, like a side hobby. But like we did, we were like, oh, this is a great little, blog that we're having fun with. It's a good thing. But you don't understand that you actually do need to have contracts with each other, with your partners, your business partners, your like, anyone who's part of your team needs a contract. Also, like privacy privacy statements on your website to make sure there's like a privacy policy on there, terms of service, like little things like that you don't think of when you have a blog, but you need to think of because it really is an extension of you as a brand. So you need to actually have those things.
Yes, no, definitely. And I mean, like, Chauncey and I both know too, like media release forms,
yes.
Location release forms.
Yes.
Like you need so many stinking release forms. Like, oh my gosh, even for our collabs, when we do our collabs, we send them freaking media release forms, even though it's like all good press. It's like, we need permission to use your interview on our site. We need permission to use your picture on our site, on our Instagram, on our whatever. Like we need your permission, and it can't be verbal. It has to be in a written form in order for it to be legal, to stand up, because not that Chauncey and I have really ran into anything where these legal contracts need to be brought up, but we did learn our lesson when we didn't have those stinking contracts.
So yes, with that lesson, there is, consequences, and you take actions moving forward. So we learned a few things when we started our website, and then it has helped us out in the present day to have a contract and have like release forms, and just you're only not only protecting yourself but your brand, but you're also protecting the other party too, to make sure everything's on the up and up.
Exactly. Well, and I know a lot of people are going to ask us like, okay, so do I get a lawyer? How do I know? Not necessarily do you need a lawyer. If you use the lovely internet, Google like contracts and that kind of stuff. We've had to do a cease and desist contract before.
Yes.
We've had to do like media releases and stuff. So do your research, because the internet has a lot of contracts that are already kind of put together by legal professionals, by other businesses, and you can go in and just really like take the time to go in and critique what those lines are as far as sentences and what they ask for and what they're okay with. I mean, Chauncey's had to put together the contracts too for different things.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I really have learned to be my own little lawyer to do it. And luckily, like, we do have family and friends who actually have studied law, so they help us with contracts like that we need to like go over like through like a tooth and comb. But a lot of stuff like you really can find on Pinterest under like how to start your own blog, what's the legal benefits and stuff. And then also like if you do get to network with other like bloggers or influencers and people like that in the business, there's some really helpful people that we met who said, oh, you should try this thing or do this. Like currently we use LegalZoom for like like our tax purposes and stuff like that. Like you need to take care of your taxes and then all that great stuff. So you're not only protecting like your brand, but you're protecting yourselves later on, because you are attached to that brand, like your name is, and like your name carries a lot of weight in the world. So you gotta be careful of that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's your reputation, but also too, what Chauncey and I found, when you take the time to be super serious when it comes to legal and contracts and all this kind of stuff, people take you seriously. Yes. And they take your brand seriously. That's so I mean, it's one of those things. I really, really think we wish we knew more about the legal. We definitely have educated ourselves. Yes. But we're still learning as well, too. And I mean, there's times where I'm just like, do we need to get this in writing? I feel like we need to get this in writing.
Like, we do that. Like, so should we get that? Yes, let's get that in writing. Or like, if you do something through a text message, screenshot that message. Like, everything you write, it means something. So just be careful what you say. Always be careful the wording you use, because that will come back and haunt you. So if you're going to do any kind of contracts and you put something in text, make sure you honor that completely.
Exactly.
Because you have to, keep screenshots.
Well, you have to keep screenshots and emails and all of that kind of stuff, especially when you're talking about business or deals or
money.
Expectations and money, and people get funky when money's involved. Yes. So you gotta be on the up and up. Like all on the table.
Like, don't, just because they're your friend doesn't mean anything. You have to be aware of yourself. Like, Heather and I have contracts with each other. Like, and like, she's one of my best friends, but she's also my business partner. And to protect herself and myself, you have to do that. Like, everyone on the team has a contract with us, which is hilarious. Like, even my sister, who's part of the team, she has a contract with us because at the end of the day, she's still part of the team. Even though we're blood and we're family, like, you always have to protect yourself and protecting the other person. So that's important to us.
And that person that's signing it, like you said, Quincy, your sister, she signed a contract. But the thing is you cannot take it personally when you're asked to sign a contract, because a contract doesn't mean I don't trust you. It means we have everything's out on the table. Everything's out on, we both know, we are both in, acknowledging this partnership and what's expected and all that kind of stuff. And it's just a clear outline so that I know what to expect and you know what to expect.
Exactly.
That's all it is. So another thing that is super important, and we cannot stress enough, and I think it's almost like relevant for any sort of business, is the power of networking.
Yes, you have to network. Like, I know networking gets like a bad definition too, because even when I hear networking, I think I kind of cringe a little bit. I was like, I just want to have genuine friendships or relationships with people. I don't be like, oh, I'm just talking to you because I want to get this job or get this connection. Like, I feel like networking is something you have to do just to grow yourself as a person, but also your brand. But also, like, if you network, you're actually can gain genuine relationships and friendships in this business. Like the people that we network with, we actually have a good friendship with these people, which is great. But like, yeah, like you have to like put yourself out there and put your brand out there and get to know people and be open to learn things from people and vice versa.
No, and like I said, it's important in any business, and I hate the word networking, quite honestly. I feel like there's such like ill intention or something like that, like ulterior motives. Like, I'm gonna go network. Like,
It's so
when I mean,
pretentious.
I get so pretentious. I'm just like, can we just hang out? Can we just
can
want
we
to grab
be
a
friends?
drink?
Let's have
Like,
a drink. Like, I hear like let's go to a networking event. Like, no, I'm trying to make a friend. Like, I'm trying to have someone I can actually like go out and
right?
I know we can have like a drink together or we can like
Do you like networking events? Because I
no.
really don't.
No. Heather no. Like Heather knows. Like we'll do this networking and we're just like each other like this. Okay. Like I remember we went to one networking
It's
event years ago
fake.
when Heather got a bunch of free stuff. I don't know. Heather was like super excited. She like,
I
got
was
a bunch
so
of free
excited.
swag. I was like, Heather, it's
I
gonna be
love free shit.
She does. And it's kind of cute. It's really cute. I'm just like,
I blame
like,
my
it's
dad.
it's like a whole different person. She's like, oh, we get free stuff. I was like this. You can
I'm
have
like a
mine
fucking
too.
7-year-old at her birthday party, just
It's
like,
so
oh, free
cute.
thing.
Yes, but like we went to this networking event. It was a cool event, but you could tell it was very like I felt very pretentious being there. And like everyone was really nice, but you did have those people like, oh, they're not going to talk to you because you know you look a certain way or you're not as big brand as like they're thinking that you should be to be there, and it kind of does hurt your ego a little bit. But then you meet some really cool people there who is actually just like on the same level as you, trying to get to know other people and grow their brand, which is great. Like when we first started, so she says we network with a lot of people, and some were like really small people, and some people became really big people, but I think it's if you're a genuine person, it comes out like that. So yeah, just go in there looking for genuine friendships and like
Yeah.
no ulterior motives, because networking events, I hate the word. I just hate it. Like
It's the ulterior motives, honestly. It's the fakeness. Like, just don't do that. I mean, whether it's via email, DM, you're on a Zoom call, an actual call, you're in person. Just be genuinely like interested in whoever that you're talking to, because the fakeness or like those people where like you meet them and they're just trying to get you to be like, okay, what can you do for me? And they're trying to get right, like push you through like just actually making a connection of a real person, and you're just like, okay, I don't like you, get out of my face. Like,
yeah, but she's right. Like I just feel like it's not genuine. Like you said, DMs or emails. Like I know when we DM people or emails, we make sure we put like a part of like our messaging with like a personal like fact that we really care about this brand, like a personal touch. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, something like that to make sure that people know like we are making sure we're talking to you directly. You're not just talking to a brand. We're talking to you as a person. So I think that's one upside of like networking. Always making a personal touch when you talk to people and you meet them face to face. Well, not right now because the whole shelter in place, but when you do tell people, make sure you like have some facts about them as a person. Make sure you say their name and make sure you say, oh, I like you just have a connection. Act like you're just meeting a new friend in school for the first day of school, and you guys are both new students. Don't treat it like a job interview. Just treat it like a genuine friendship.
and also too, like when you're reaching out to people, so I know a lot of people are like, I know when Chauncey and I were first starting, like we got a lot of no's from people when we were first like asking to either collaborate or, hey, can we interview you or something like that. One, interviews are amazing. People love to talk about themselves. I'm just gonna put that out there.
People love it.
But two, like I know, like as a brand that we are now, we don't necessarily get turned down a lot. Like a lot of people do come to us for interviews and to be featured and all that kind of stuff. But when we were first starting, that was not the case. And we reached out to a lot of people and we got a lot of no's and we did get some yeses. But you can try and reach out to people who are a little bit bigger than you. Once you start getting like a little bit of following and that kind of stuff, maybe reach out to other people who are, don't have as big of a following. I mean, I think a lot of times is people want to go from 0 to 60 where they're just like, they got maybe, 50 followers or whatever, and they want to interview somebody who has like 5 million or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to go through that, because you have to think about everybody who's reaching out to that 5 million, you know, person. There's a lot of people to go through, but I'm not saying you're never going to get there and never going to be able to work with that person. It's just, you got to work up to it, honestly. You know, so if you have 50 followers, reach out to somebody who has 1,500 or something like that. Or, yeah. and do an interview with them. Or, you know what I'm trying to say, Chauncey.
Yeah. And then also, like, remember when you get to, like, you know, 1 million followers or 5 million followers and someone reaches out to you who has 50 followers, be genuine and, you know, talk to them, because you were in that position too at one time. Like, don't get all high up and be like, oh, I'm too big to network with them. No, like, there were people out there who were pretty, like, you know, high followers who talked to us and you wouldn't expect it. And you're just like, oh, thank you so much. Like, just remember where you came from, because you were at one point in time at 5 followers, you know? So keep that good karma. Eat a little
slice of humble pie.
Yeah, it's like, just eat that pie up, girl or boy or whoever.
That's right. Exactly. Whoever. If you want to start a blog or a media business or whatever.
Anything. If you're selling like
anything.
Cookies,
be humble. Nobody wants to deal with an asshole, okay?
No, God, don't let me.
Like, just nobody. You don't want to build that reputation for yourself, because like, you're gonna. It's so hard to get rid of that reputation once you have it.
Yeah, it's like, people know. Like, there's a lot of influencers who have really bad reputations, and you don't think they do until you start like networking with them. I know there's one person I was like obsessed with her like blog for years, and then we reached out to her and she was not the nicest person. She was very like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, it didn't make any sense. And then I was just like, you know what, this is not okay. Like you should treat people genuine. And then I met her friend, and her friend's like the best person in the world. I'm just like, see, there's some people who are not genuine, some people are genuine. So always be aware of how you present yourself, because your reputation does follow you.
Exactly. So what were the other two we were going to talk about?
I believe we talked about research. We're talking about balance work and life.
Wait, we didn't talk about balance yet.
No, we did not talk about balance yet. See, this is like real talk. Like, this is us really talking to each other. So yeah, balance is really so balance. Like, you have to balance yourself. Like, Heather and I are workaholics. Everyone knows that, and it's very depressing how workaholics we are, because we don't take breaks. So like, this is a Sunday and we're working, and after this I will be, you know, cleaning my room, clean my house, but,
you know, doing normal people shit,
you know, adult stuff. But like, it really is true. Balance is key. Like, you have to take time to rest. You need to have like a work-life balance. And I know that's really hard to say, because we're the age that hustling is fun, like having all these like big projects. I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm so busy. But honestly, like, you gotta take care of yourself, because if you don't, you get sick, and you can make other people sick because you're just annoying the crap out of them. And you really gotta like create boundaries. No patience. Like, you have to have balance, and like, know when it's time to rest. Like, you know when there's a weekend off. Like, Heather and I, we're supposed to film some Sundays, and one of us would be like, yeah, I'm just gonna rest today. And that's balance, because it will get done eventually. Not when you don't be anxious for anything. Let's let it take your time. Work on your 9-to-5 job, work on your side hustle for a couple hours, and then rest the rest of the night. Don't feel like you have to go on and on, because it's unhealthy for you.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's so unhealthy. And I think what I'm really learning to manage is to like not amount my worth to my productivity. Yes. Chauncey and I are big list people. That list just never quite ends. But I mean, I think we've done really good recently. This is something we're still practicing and still learning too. We've done good recently at being able to be like, okay, look, I don't have it in me today. I'm just so stinking tired. Like, this makes me laugh, because like, I texted Chauncey about filming this weekend, but I texted her like on Friday, and it was like Friday at 3, and I was like, oh. She's like, oh wait, are we filming like Saturday or Sunday? And I was like, either day, whatever. Sunday. And she's like, okay, well, I have to do something on Saturday, like, let's do Sunday. I was like, okay, good, because honestly, I need the rest. And she's like, okay, well, yeah, go rest. And I was like, girl, I'm texting you from my office floor right now, because I am laying on it. Like, I am done. I am dead.
And I was like, please go to sleep. Because like, we work ourselves to death, and like, that's not healthy. Like, you gotta take balance. You gotta know that like that email can wait. Like it really can wait unless it's like, you know, dire straits. Like you're fine. Just take time.
Definitely realizing when something's urgent and when something's not urgent and it can wait is a key.
take a break. Like I saw an email. I was doing Pilates this morning and I saw an email come through about a logo that we need to send, and I literally was like, they can wait. If I'm late already, I'm gonna be late in 10 minutes still. So I just waited. I was like, because the old me would be like this. Okay, I gotta stop and do this real quick. And I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. I'm in the middle of my breathing technique.
Prioritize yourself. Like,
yes, please.
Because, and I think what we have learned together is that if you are not good and you are not at your optimum levels of operation, like everything else sucks. Okay, like you're not efficient at all.
No, not even close to it. So yeah, take breaks, balance your life, take days. At least if you can't take 2 or 3 days off a week of nothing, at least take one day. Like rest on a Sunday
or an afternoon or something. Like take half a day and just be like, I'm just gonna zone out, or I'm gonna do an art project, or I'm gonna take a bath, or
just relax. Self-care.
And then we also learn to delegate on top of that. Like balancing and delegating, like, go hand in hand. Okay?
You don't have to do everything
if you're
yourself.
Able to have a team.
Yes.
You have a team. It's
like,
awesome.
Rely on your team. Like, do not think you do everything by yourself, because I know for a fact, I'm like, oh, I could do it. But in the past, like, year, I've been like, oh, I can have so-and-so help me do it. Or I could have so-and-so assist me, or just do it personally. Like, you gotta trust your team and you gotta delegate and be okay with, like, not being don't micromanage. I hate people micromanage me personally at work. So I don't do it to people. And when I feel like I am doing micromanaging, I like text people like, I'm so sorry. I hate to be like that. I overly apologize for giving people work to do, but you have to delegate because it helps you and it helps the team feel better.
Honestly, and like when you're growing and you're expanding, like it's one thing if you're just starting out and it's like 2 of you or 3 of you or whatever, or even if it's just you. I mean, I think realizing how much that you can take on is a true thing. It's a real thing. But also realizing when you need help is another thing. Asking for that help. Making sure to, like, if, you know, Chauncey and I do really well if we both know that we have a lot on our plate with the other aspects in our life. Hey, do you need help with something? Do you need help with this? Do you need help with that? And sometimes there's things that Chauncey knows that other people are doing that I have no clue. So when I ask her, I'm like, hey, do we need something for such and such? She'll be like, you know what? Go ask so-and-so because I don't really know off the top of my head, but they're the people that are heading the project and they would know.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It works out for us. Like, she knows things that I don't know, like the video side of things, like her production, like I don't know what all the video production's doing, and I'm like, oh, do this. She's like, yeah, it's done, or like so and so's done. It's just like it works out a lot, and it helps us as founders, and then also as friends, because we can rely on each other and not worry what this hand is doing.
Like just recognizing that even though you can do a little bit or understand the other person's job that may not be your strength, like definitely rely on that other person. Because I think with Chauncey and I, like we're really good. Like Chauncey could edit and could learn if she really wanted to, and I could definitely learn more about the, you know, social media, the SEO and marketing, and I do know some, and Chauncey does know some about the video side as well. But like if anything were to happen to us, as far as like if we get sick or we're out or we can't do something, like we could step in for a little bit, but it's definitely like not our strengths. Yes. And I'm sure like I would not prefer to do social media, and I'm sure she wouldn't prefer to sit here and edit videos. But we could if we needed to.
I don't mind to do if I have to. If she was like, I'm out for a week, I'm like auditioning, or I'm like stuck with like some kind of like crazy finger issue, I can't edit videos, I would love to do that for her and help her out. But you never know. I don't know. But I will. You never know. Like your finger gets tight. I don't know, but I could do if I had to. But technically, I love to leave it up to her.
And there you go. We all have our strengths. The last thing that you should know when you're starting a blog, a business, a media, something or other, you gotta know if you're passionate about it or not. Like if it's gonna be something that's gonna last you, if that passion is just like on a whim, or if it's something that you really, really, truly believe in.
Yeah, like without, like I hate to sound cliche, but without passion, you're not gonna do good at it. Like you have to do something that you love, because you don't want to make it feel like a 9 to 5 job at all times. Like, yes, of course, it was going to feel like that, because if you're trying to build a brand or a company or anything, a business, you have to be dedicated to it, and you have to, like, you know, really work hard. I know that with, you know, So She Slays, I love what I do, even though, like, it is time consuming for both our lives. It does mean a lot to us that we're building this brand and this company. So if it wasn't for passion, I probably have gave up years ago.
Well, and then also
Years
too,
ago.
I think the passion is what's going to get you through the sticky times, the hard times, the late nights, and that kind of stuff. Because, I mean, is it unicorns and rainbows all the time? Absolutely not.
No.
Does it suck sometimes? Yes. Especially when we're both, like, just tired. And we're just like, you know, and I ain't got the energy to do this. But I gotta do it.
Yeah, or it's like a busy month. It's a busy month, and you're just like, I know it's gonna be like the holidays for us are coming up.
There's a lot.
Projects coming up.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, I'm like, this is part of it, and like you just get really stressed out. But then, if we weren't passionate about it, then we wouldn't be happy to do it.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
And honestly, too, I feel like with you and I, the passion is for what we're doing, and the why. The passion for the why, I think, is just huge. And I think that's the one thing that gets Chauncey and I through this stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, like in the very beginning it was hard, and there was we ran into some, you know, struggles and that kind of stuff, and there was times where both her and I were just like, shit. But there was never a time, and I can say this like 100%, there was never a time where we both looked at each other and said, I don't want to do this anymore, or I don't think we can do this anymore, or anything like that. It's more like, okay, this really sucks, or what are we going to do next? And then we all freak out. Normally it's me who freaks out, because it's a part of my process. Like, I got to freak out, and then we'll handle the situation, but I got to freak out first. And Chauncey knows this about me.
Yes, this is true. This is true.
So,
I was like, you said it. I was like, she's not gonna say it. You said it, but that is true. She freaks out at the beginning, and it's funny that I become the calm one, because I'm not calm as a person. Like, I look like I'm calm, but inside I'm like going crazy too, like everyone else. But Heather likes to show her craziness.
It's all like, what you see is what you get, man. Like, it's just all here.
Yes, but the thing is, like, she's very like, she'll be like freaked out, and then all of a sudden she's like, okay, we're fine. It's really funny.
It's like a switch. Like
overnight. Okay, we're good. Like, it's good. Like she's like, Chauncey, what about this? What about this? And I'm like, okay, it's gonna be okay. I already figured this out. We could do this. We could do that. And then Heather's like, we're good.
It's like, I just need to get it out. It's almost like, if I were to put a visual to it, it's like, you know, you're a spinning wheel, and then somebody like throws a stick in the middle of it, and you're like, like, you just stop.
And she's good to go, but it helps her, it balances though, because like one of us needs to freak out, so like one can calm the other person down. And like, I've freaked out before, and Heather's like, no, we're gonna be fine. But I think it helps with us. It helps. Like, but Heather cracks me up. She just cracks, like, she'll go through this whole motion, and I'm like, I told you this already, because I already figured out what we're gonna do. And then when I have my freak out moments, and Heather's like, Chauncey, it's gonna be like, it's fine, like it's gonna be okay. Like, she comes in out of nowhere with this calmness. I'm just like, what happened? Like, why are you so calm? Like, you know, something I don't know. But yeah, it works out. You have to just go through the motions of it.
Definitely. Yeah, go through your emotions. Like, passion helps. Your why helps. All of that does. So those are our top 5 tips, or what you should know when you're thinking about starting a business, a media business, a blog, or anything like that. So yeah, that's kind of all we have for you today. Thanks for joining us, and definitely make sure to check us out next week on our new episode
of So She Slays. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you again, which I'm pretty sure we will. But I hope you have a great day. Okay, bye.